May I come in, sir?
Please come. Sit, please.
Thank you, sir.
Priya from Udham Singh Nagar, correct?
Yes.
With Anthro optional, you're an accountant where? With the CAG office?
Yeah, CGA office, sir. CGA office.
CGA?
Yes, sir.
Okay, okay. Uh, now, tell me something about Sardar Udham Singh.
So Sardar Udham Singh was the person who assassinated General O'Dyer.
Are you sure?
Sorry, sir. It wasn't General O'Dyer. It was Dyer. I'm forgetting the full name. Basically, he wasn't the person who.
Yes,
He wasn't the person.
That's why I told you. Are you sure? So whom did he assassinate?
So he was the person who was the marshal in Punjab area that time.
All right. Okay. Now, there's something in your DAP about constitutional morality,
Yes,
correct?
sir. Yes, sir.
How do you distinguish constitutional morality from constitutionalism?
Yes, sir. Constitutionalism basically talks about the limits and restrictions on the power of the state. It basically talks about what the state can do and what it cannot do. While constitutional morality talks about the ideas, values, beliefs that are enshrined in the constitution, and they have to be followed not just in letter but also in spirit.
Who gave this concept of constitutional morality?
Sorry, sir, I'm forgetting the full name. It was something Grote.
George Grote.
George Grote, yes.
Who was George Grote?
Sorry, sir, I'll have to read more about it.
You're one of the rare people who at least remember the Grote part. Most people don't even. All right. Now, you're an accountant. You also do audit?
No, sir.
No.
So my job profile only includes the accounts part.
Now, our country's main audit authority is the CAG of India. Now, my question is, who audits the CAG?
Sir, I'm not pretty sure, but if I may take a guess, I think the internal audit department only audits the CAG
The
department
internal
itself.
department would be in your CGA. So, are you saying the CGA audits the CAG?
No, sir. Sorry, sir. I'm not aware about it.
Make a guess. Okay, let me put the question differently. Does anybody audit the CAG?
Sorry, sir. I'm clueless about it. I'll read about it.
All right. Traveling. Where all have you traveled to?
So recently I went to Rishikesh, Jim Corbett, Goa. These are all the places that come to my mind.
Outside of India?
No, sir. I haven't ever been outside of India.
Suppose you were given a chance to visit one country abroad. Which one would that be?
Sir, in near future I would want to go to Vietnam.
Why?
So the first reason that comes to my mind is it's a budget-friendly country.
Okay, suppose you didn't have any budget constraint.
Then, sir, I would want to go to Bahamas.
Okay, why Bahamas?
Sir, in my childhood, I watched the movie and I have been very fascinated by that place since then.
All right, thank you.
You've also done anthropology.
Yes, sir.
The Karens and Jaravas, which part of the country they live in?
Jaravas?
And Karens.
So they're basically from southern part of the country, but I am not very sure.
And Nicobar Islands. Okay. Beals and Mundas.
So they are mid-central and western part of the country, like Rajasthan, Madhya Pradesh, some upper portions of Maharashtra also.
They are Bhils. And Mundas?
Mundas in Chhattisgarh, MP, and
Jharkhand.
Jharkhand.
Okay. You do reflective journalism.
Yes, sir.
Journaling, sorry.
Yes, sir.
Give me one incident of reflective journaling which has a lesson for all of us.
So can I take a moment to think?
Sure.
Yes, sir. Sir, during my mains preparation, when I was about to write mains this year, so my father basically met an accident and he had to undergo a surgery. It was a trauma kind of situation where he had to undergo a surgery. So, with everything in place, with my job, with preparation, and this situation, I was very emotionally charged and very emotionally overwhelmed. I was not able to study properly. So then I used to write when he was in hospital. He was in hospital for basically 6 7 days. Then I used to then I thought I have to basically somehow write my emotions down. So then I used to write and I used to think that I know he will definitely heal, but this being my last attempt, I won't get another chance to write this exam again. So I channelized my emotions in the right direction, and I convinced myself that no matter how hard the situation is, life just gets going and you have to be there, you have to show up. And my father is absolutely fine now.
Great. Very
And I
good.
have cleared means also.
Very good. Can you recite 2 lines in Sanskrit, which is correct? You have done Sanskrit.
Sorry, sir, I
Okay.
cannot think of anything right now.
So,
You completed your engineering in 2017
Yes, sir.
and then you joined your current job in 2020.
Yes, sir.
Now with the degree in computer science, you didn't want to go to the industry or there's so many opportunities existing in the market outside of the computer science degree. Or was it you wanted to prepare for civil services and you wanted some kind of a job which doesn't bring on extra pressure, gives you enough time to prepare for the exam?
Yes, this is the basic reason was I wanted to prepare for civil services. I was very driven and I was very motivated to come in the public services. And it was not just that this job would give me time, it was also that I knew that I would somehow enter into the government machinery. And then it would be way easier. I would understand the functioning and it would somehow get easier for me to prepare for civil services, and it would also give me some kind of financial backup also. So that was the major reason.
And this will be your final attempt.
Yes, sir.
Okay. The Reserve Bank of India has recently cut the repo rate.
Yes, sir.
What are the consequences to a common man for a cutting the repo rate? How does it affect the common man?
So the most important impact would be the loans would get cheaper. The interest rate would eventually cut down by the mandate of RBI. So that is something that comes to my mind. The loans would get cheaper, and so basically the liquidity in market would increase.
I was just before you came, I was reading this where the RBI says the Indian economy is in a Goldilocks period. What do you mean by a Goldilocks period?
So Goldilocks basically mean a sweet spot. So the GDP is growing, the inflation is down. So I think that is
It's
probably
kind of perfect situation.
perfect sweet spot. Yes, sir.
And do diplomatically we also find ourselves in a sweet spot or no, as a country, in terms of international geostrategic environment? Do you think we are in a hot spot or we are in a sweet spot?
Sir, I wouldn't call it a sweet spot, but we are trying to navigate our way around with President Trump's protectionist measures. We are trying to navigate how we will deal with the situation. With President Putin's coming to India, have also made some deals where we are trying to basically collaborate with other countries on other fronts.
Okay, last question, list three major challenges that the Indian foreign policy establishment faces at the moment. Three main challenges.
So the number one challenge I think of is that the world right now is facing
Yeah,
a lot of
you could
uncertainty.
keep Trump at number one, so that's okay. Because, he is the biggest part. So other two, or there are consequences of, kind of, policy Trump adopts towards us on our other relationships.
Yes,
For
sir.
example, his kind of propping up Pakistan, does it have an impact on our counter-terror policies? Does a threat for for Pakistan increase?
Sir, I believe definitely it has some consequences, but we are weighing our steps very cautiously. And despite President Trump's repeated statements on how he mediated in the Operation Sindoor, uh, we have definitely countered those claims by Mr. Trump. And so, other major challenges are about your first question. Other major challenges, I think, the China and our how we deal with it and how it impacts our other neighbors, our relationships with other neighbors. That is also a very important challenge that India is trying to deal with.
Okay, the last question, again with regards to Trump. There have been a lot of complaints in the media and also from some experts that this was a time when the Indian diaspora in the US should have stood up and advocated for India's cause with President Trump. Do you think it's a wise criticism? Should we have those kind of expectations from our diaspora?
Sir, I believe any country's diaspora are the unofficial ambassadors of that country. So yeah, definitely those expectations are not wrong.
So you would be in that camp which would feel that they have let us down.
Sir, I wouldn't say that they have let us down, but yeah, those keeping those expectations from them were not wrong. So that would be my stance.
That's
sir.
it.
Thank you, sir.
Namaste, sir. Good afternoon, Priya.
Good afternoon.
So you're working as an accountant
Yes, ma'am.
in which ministry?
Ma'am, in Ministry of Home Affairs.
Ministry of Home Affairs.
Yes, sir.
Okay, very. Who is your CCA right now?
Sorry, ma'am, I'm forgetting her name.
Okay.
Sorry.
Okay, no problem. So, because you're from office of CGA, I'm going to ask this question to you. Hope you'll be able to answer. What is the functional difference and scope of work of CGA and CMG? What's the difference?
So, ma'am, CAG, it's a constitutional body, and basically the prime responsibility of CAG is to audit the accounts of other departments, while the CGA, the
Are
prime
you maintaining the accounts also? Or,
CAG, ma'am.
yeah,
Ma'am, the
of the
prime.
various state governments.
Yeah, yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am. Sorry, ma'am. Yes, yes, yes.
CGA?
So the prime responsibility of CGA is to maintain the accounts of various departments. it just does internal audit of its own department, but otherwise the prime responsibility is to maintain the accounts of all the departments, and during the passing of budget, they have to put forward the demands by the various ministries, and we as accountants working in the pay and accounts department of CGA, we are basically representatives of CGA in various ministries.
What does PFMS stand for?
Public Financial Management System.
Okay, we'll move on to another question. You said you are interested in one of your hobbies is reflective journaling.
Yes.
Now, my question to you is explain to me what is the difference between normal diary writing and reflective journaling, or it is just a wordplay?
Ma'am, I believe the difference is more than just the wordplay. So, normal diary writing includes writing about, first of all, ma'am, I believe it is more regular. Diary writing is done on a more regular basis, and it basically is about writing down about all the happenings of life, all the events, and whatever has happened, writing it down on a piece of paper. While the reflective journaling is more about writing about the major important events and also reflecting upon them and trying to gauge what were the how basically I could have acted in a better manner, how I could have channelized my emotions in a better manner. It is more about self-reflection and self-awareness. So diary writing, I believe, is more receptive, while reflective journaling is more perceptive.
Okay, I take your explanation for it, but my next question is, has it been quantified, qualified, explained in Google or somewhere? What's the difference between diary writing and reflective journaling? I have not checked myself, so I do not know the answer. So I am looking upon you to enlighten me. Is there any difference which is written?
Ma'am, I do not know about any written explanation.
Because you have said one of your hobbies is reflective journaling. Do check.
Yes,
Because
ma'am.
they are going to definitely pick up one question from your hobbies, if not
Yes,
more.
ma'am. Yes,
Okay?
ma'am. I definitely.
Okay, then I come to my last question to you is, since you're from Delhi, what is the biggest issue Delhi is facing today? I won't go to issues, we have got limited time. What is the biggest issue Delhi is facing right now?
Ma'am, the biggest issue definitely would be air pollution.
Yes. So, what are the major reasons? What steps government has taken to, what remedial steps government has taken, and has it worked?
So, ma'am, about the reasons, the first reason is the topography of Delhi. Delhi sits in a basin bowl shaped topography. So, all the pollutants that are there in the area, they get trapped here. Second reason is the temperature inversion during winter. So the pollutants do not get sufficient space and air to rise up due to the cold air near the ground level. And another reason is stubble burning and basically the northwestern winds also arrive during winter, and they carry with them the stubble burning and all the pollutants and which are in the Punjab and Haryana region. And construction
Last
sector.
month, I think the government tried cloud seeding. Why did it fail? Crores of rupees were spent on that project, but it failed. The answer came in the newspapers. I am not an expert in it, but it came in the newspapers, so I believe it's true. Did you read about it? No.
Yes, ma'am. The experiment definitely failed. We tried it multiple times, 3 or 4 times, as far as I remember. But the exact reason I'll have to read about it.
Okay, do read about it. That is my last question. Thank you.
Okay, Priya, just give us 1 minute, I'll call you back.
Yeah, okay, sir.
30 seconds.
Thank you, sir.
Come. बैठो कैसा लगा? How did you perform?
need to read a lot. That's just something.
When is the interview?
It's on 15th.
15th. You've done any other mock interviews?
Yes, sir. One at Sankal Times.
क्या feedback?
So it was before the schedules came, so I was very underprepared. So that was the.
फिर भी क्या बोले? What did you say?
So I was very, very, very underconfident then. So they were saying it's showing on my face, and sometimes my voice is choking. That was.
Are you nervous?
So I think I was a little less nervous than that.
But you are today.
Yes.
Correct. In fact, I've written it down and put a question mark. You speak very well, but you're a bit nervous. In fact, if you can take care of the nervousness, many of the answers that you were not getting, you would have got them. Michael O'Dowd was the Lieutenant Governor of Punjab. Straightforward, you knew. I knew you knew it, correct?
Yes.
And yet, so that will be my only request. Try to just calm down, and you can. I mean, why not? And trust me, if you can calm down, much of the confusion in your mind will go. Do you agree?
Yes.
Have you ever appeared for a UPSC interview earlier?
Yes.
The first time. You want to ask anything?
Sir, I have a particular question for you. I am very confident about the international affairs, and since I have very less time at hand, so I want to know how are my answers and how can I improve them.
Since time is limited, that's an advice I gave to some other candidates also who were in a similar kind of predicament. At the same time, what you could do is just go to MEA's website, Ministry of External Affairs website.
Yes, sir.
Just for the last 3-4 months, read some of the interviews given by the External Affairs Minister, his speeches at some platforms, and third, the press releases issued by the official spokesperson. I think that's the only thing you could do, but EM uses is very articulate, the External Minister, and I think the expressions he uses, no one can use them better than he does. So I think that's what we can do in the limited time.
But don't overburden yourself.
And pick up those kind of expressions which you could use, in a broader concept.
Sir, any particular feedback for my answers? Because I get very nervous when I'm asked questions from the international affairs. So.
No, I looked at it, yours is first preference also.
Yes, sir.
So I don't think they would ask you many questions on foreign service. But they would ask you about some of the current things like, Russia, Ukraine, or visit to India virus. So those you could, read at any standard.
Nobody will get very technical with you, so don't worry. All the best.
And you will make it.
Yes, that you will. So stop worrying. All the best. Bye bye.